Hi guys, now today we will study about Wheatstone bridge. Actually, Wheatstone bridge is used to find the magnitude of unknown resistance, in which we use a circuit diagram that would be quadrilateral. Alright, okay, so just see that Wheatstone bridge. Okay, so actually this bridge is in the name of a scientist Charles Wheatstone. Okay, so very simple that it is in the name of Charles Wheatstone. Which is used to find the magnitude of unknown resistance in the circuit, and the circuit is just like a quadrilateral in structure. Alright, so using this kind of a structure, see here there is a quadrilateral structure in a circuit where we will find the magnitude of an unknown resistance. But first of all, we should understand that what is Wheatstone and how it is formed, this kind of bridge, how we can form. So first of all, we can see this one. Alright, but you have to take its structure just like quadrilateral. Alright, okay. So see here I am just going to be draw this one is an structure like that, you can see here. Okay, we have connected this circuit diagram with an EMF just to operate this circuit. So you just suppose because terminals like that, positive and negative, so current will flow in this direction. So actually what happens at this node, you just suppose this one is node A and this one is node B. So basically what happens, one more suppose here we have connected a galvanometer that will used to measure the current in this arm, and if suppose its internal resistance be something be there, so here some internal resistance be there. Okay, so you just suppose that internal resistance be there. Alright, okay, so accordingly what I am seeing here that you just suppose this one is R1, this one is R2, R3 and R4 are the resistance. Alright, and if its internal resistance be, you just suppose small r. Okay. Okay. And at this junction or node, your current will just go to divide I1, this one is I2, and then now at this node also you just suppose that this one is R3, this one is just in this direction R4, and if you suppose here is I5. So I5 is the current that passing in this direction in this arm where a galvanometer is connected, that will read that how much I5 is there due to its internal resistance. Alright. Okay. So now here we will apply Kirchhoff's law, Kirchhoff's second law, that is KVL. Okay. So after being application of this Kirchhoff's law, so you just A, B, there is C and D be there. Okay. So apply Kirchhoff's second law. That is KVL. Okay. So in loop we just take A, C, D, A. So in loop A, C, D, A, you have taken one loop in this clockwise direction. Alright. So due to this loop, you have to apply this KVL. After application, you have to just go from A to C. So how much will the potential drop in this R1 resistance? That would be I1 R1. And because in the direction of current we are going, so that would be positive. So you just take here I1 R1. Alright. Now in this section, you have a small resistance, internal resistance R. So in the direction of current, so that would be also positive, and this one is I5R. Alright. Okay, again from D to A, here you are going opposite to the direction of current, so here we will take it negative, and that would be I2R2. Okay. Okay, so I2R2, and that is equal to 0. So we have an equation. Now again, that is similarly in loop CBDC. Okay, so CB, D and C. So again we have to apply this KVL. So you have to go C to B in the direction of current, that would be positive, I3 R3 be there, from B to D opposite to the direction of current, so that would be negative I4 and R4. Okay, and in this section DC, you are going in the opposite direction, opposite to the direction of current, so that would be also negative minus I5R, and that is equal to 0 also. Alright. Okay, so you have got another equation. Okay, so because you want to find the equation of Wheatstone bridge, so for this Wheatstone bridge, you have Wheatstone bridge only is applicable if this current I5, that will be 0. This one is the condition to find this Wheatstone bridge. Alright. Okay, so for this Wheatstone bridge, it is only if I phi is equal to 0. That means current will not flow through this arm CD. Then this diagram, that would be Wheatstone bridge. Okay, so it is only if I phi is equal to 0. That means what? Your current here, it's not flowing, so this arm will be negligible. That means this arm will, just like there is no arm is here, so we have to remove this arm. So here you got this section only. Alright. So here now I am just going to remove this section, because I phi is equal to 0. That means current is not flowing through this section. So this will be looks like that. And this one is your Wheatstone bridge accordingly. Okay, so as your I phi that becomes 0, so current is not flowing through this arm, that means R is directly flowing through this CB. That means I3 that becomes I1, and here is also I2 becomes, I2 is also flowing directly from AC to DB, so that I4 becomes I2. Alright, so if it is only if I phi is equal to 0, that is I3 becomes I1, and your I4 that becomes I2. Okay, then from equation 1 and 2. So see, your equation 1 and 2 that will modify. So that becomes I1 R1, no change. This I phi R that becomes 0 because I phi is 0. Now here minus I2, there is no change. So I2 that becomes same is equal to 0. So now from here you will get how much be there. See, from here you can get that I1 by I2 is equal to R2 by R1. Equation be there. Alright. Similarly, from equation 2, what you will see, here I am just removing this one. Alright. Similarly, from second equation, what happening? I3 that is going to be changed to I1. So that is changed by I1 R3, I4 that's going to be changed by I2. So that is negative I2 R4, and this one is 0, and that is equal to 0. This third factor is 0. Why? Because this one is Wheatstone 0 if I phi is equal to 0. Alright. So this becomes 0. So this factor will be negligible. So only two factors be there here. And now from here you can just find out that I1 by I2 is what? So your I1 by I2, this one is equal to R4 by R3. Another equation be there. Okay. So from this equation, what you see, okay, again from equation 3 and 4, what you are seeing, that here is also I1 by I2 and here is also I1 by I2. That means R2 by R1 is equal to R4 by R3. You can also write down this one like R1 by R4 is equal to R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. By any mean you can write down this equation. Otherwise you can also write down this one, just like you can take this one is here and this one is here. So R1 by R3 is equal to R2 by R4. Okay, R2 by R4. So see, this one is the relation of Wheatstone bridge, in which out of 4, any one if unknown, using this relation you can find out the magnitude of the equation. Alright. Okay. Now here we can understand this one by this diagram, that the ratio of this one is equal to ratio of this one, that is R1 by R2. See from here, R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. Otherwise R1 by R3 is equal to R2 by R4. Otherwise in reverse, R2 by R1 is equal to R4 by R3. So everything is same. Okay, that means your ratio of two arms is equal to the ratio of other two arms. Alright. Okay. Now we can understand this Wheatstone bridge by taking an example. So here I am just going to take a simple circuit diagram like that. Alright. Okay, so this kind of circuit diagram we have taken here. You are seeing that so many resistors are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 resistors are there, and if suppose that every resistors having same magnitude, just like 5 ohm. So now here I want to find the equivalent resistance between point AB. So the question is that find the equivalent resistance between point A and B. So we have to find this one. So how? Actually, now you need to observe this circuit diagram, that this one is not a simple circuit. It is a complex circuit diagram. Alright. So this structure is just showing like a Wheatstone bridge. How? See, if you put your hand here, so see, 1 arm, 2 arm, this one is just like a quadrilateral structure. So this one where current will not flow. Now if you put your arm here, so again you are saying that 2 resistance be there, 2 resistance be here, current will not flow through there. Okay, that means your current will not flow through this and this arm. So you suppose that if any current be there, just simple like I dash, I double dash, so that is equal to 0. That means you have to remove this arm because current is not flowing. Then your equivalent structure of this circuit diagram be just like 3 resistance in series, and then in this section 3 resistance be in series. So the combination of first one, so just you can take its solution. So 3 resistance be there, so you just draw an equivalent resistance. So this one is just like 15 ohm. Alright, and now here is also 1 2 3 5 5 5, so this one is just like 15 ohm. So this one is your equivalent resistance, and now here you have to find its equivalent resistance RB. That's why your RBB, see both 15 ohm and both are in parallel. So the combination of this parallel be just like 15 cross 15, actually that would be 7.5, but now, right now here I am just going to be calculate, and then 15 plus 50, that is 30. So directly you can calculate here that your RAB, that is equivalent resistance between the terminal A and B, that would be 7.5 ohm, and this is your result. Alright, so using this kind of Wheatstone bridge, you can calculate the equivalent resistance and unknown resistance of this kind of, or from this kind of complex circuit. Alright, so just keep in mind.